Alrighty then, hey, this is Megalovaniac yet again, and I'm going to be continuing this playthrough of Oxygen Not Included. Last time, we extended our base significantly, set off a little water, or polluted water dump here, got some power regulation set up, and started getting towards getting all this chlorine up here, or rather, not the chlorine, but the bleach stone taken care of. Why is that unreachable? Why is that considered an unreachable dig? Huh? Can you not enter chlorine anymore? I mean, legitimately, in real life, it'd be a really dumb idea to try to walk through chlorine gas, but still, I thought you could in this game without issue. Or, oh wait, no, I forgot sometimes tasks before you unpause the game for the first time cause issues like that. Oh well. Now, let's get a sweep on all this down here so we can get this polluted water out of the way as quickly as possible. Also, dig that out. There we go. Once that's all swept up, we can get that polluted water draining into up here so it's not in our way anymore. Got power set up. The next big thing we're going to want to work towards is a rock granulator. Also, we're going to want to get some Wheezewort at some point so that we can get all this taken care of. And while I'm figuring things out, let's go ahead and set all these to a priority 6 to be dug out. So yeah, for some reason, digging through chlorine gas is not that big of a deal. Or, walking through chlorine gas is not that big of a deal in this game, even though it really, really should be. In fact, let's go ahead and make sure none of our storage things are set to hold bleach stone. Good, they're not. Because the last thing we want is bleach stone throughout our whole facility, causing problems. Also, there's a lot of CO2 in there. No, I might be able to set up an air pump in here so that the CO2 could get pumped into a mushroom farm because we're going to need CO2. And oh, wow. These geysers are starting to really fill up now. Maybe I should get that set up sooner than later. But that's going to be boiling water, and heat is already getting to be a problem within our base. Like, even though we're keeping a fair amount of it out, we're not keeping all of it out. In fact, how are we going to handle that exactly? Let's start off by, let's go ahead and dig a little stairway up to here. Like, something like this about. So we can get this water drained out, and we can try to get even more of a buffer between us and the heat. There we go. They're going to be sopping wet and unhappy about it, but they'll be fine for a little bit. All that'll drain out. We're still lacking resources. No copper ore anymore. I guess we could dig up a little bit further to solve that. Whoops, not ladders there. Oh yeah, I don't have a timer going for this episode. I probably should do that because I don't want to have like an hour-long episode. Also, by the way, I'm sure you've noticed by now, I don't have the camera on in this episode. That's because that particular run-through was just a test. To make sure I could actually correctly use the camera. And it was successful. I don't feel like I need to test anymore. In general, this is actually a game I don't really want to have a camera on for. That's why I used it first, because it'd be a game that if there was a failure, I wouldn't feel it was taking away from the experience in any way whatsoever to have the camera missing. Now, that's out of the way. Next up. We could start collecting slime if we set up an ore scrubber. I've never set up an ore scrubber before, actually. What's that under? Medicine? No, that wouldn't make much sense. Refinement. No. Utilities? Ore scrubber, there we go. So, requirements is a gas intake pipe and a supply of chlorine. Effects, removes all germs. Increases temperature by a lot, actually, but increases decor as well. And we could potentially set that up. Oh, so it's supposed to... Oh, it makes it so that before we ever bring any ores back, we automatically scrub them. Okay. It's kind of... I see the arrows on it, so it's a sort of... Like if we were to start mining into a slimy biome, we could set up an ore scrubber on it so that nothing comes back from the slimy biome without getting scrubbed. Okay, that would make sense. But that requires a source of chlorine. which we have a fair amount of chlorine available to us, but I'd like to use it to get some balm lilies planted, which in fact, I think we're going to get that done sooner than later. Also, we may as well, let's go ahead and deconstruct these, because we should be able to create hand sanitizers now. Yeah, let's go ahead and deconstruct both of those and get a couple of hand sanitizers set up. Set that to a priority 6 just to make sure it gets done. Whoop, can't see it. There we go. Priority 6. There we go. So they should grab the bleach stone for that. There'll be a little bit of chlorine. Hey! When did I give you permission to start putting bleach stone in there? No. Bad. Bad. I hope they... Okay, they're taking bleach stone and using it to refill this here. That isn't emitting anything right now, luckily. Oh, that chlorine gas is getting out, though. Oh well. Have to do. But yeah, now we have hand sanitizer stations set up, which we can set to direction correctly. There we go. So now, if someone will come in here with germs on them, we can see an example of it, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. But it's almost an instant wash and produces no waste, which is really nice. However, it does use up bleach stone, which is unfortunate. But, oh well, it's not the end of the world to use up a little bit of bleach stone here and there. Now, let's go ahead and get that balm lily farm set up so we can have some proper medicine in here in case of emergencies. Now, we're going to set up, let's see, is that bleach stone? It is. So, we're going to... I guess set up food. Let's just set up regular old farm tiles and set those across there. Get that increased priority on all that just to make sure it gets done quickly. Of course, there aren't a lot of things going on. In fact, since there's not much going on, we may as well get some more research done. Doesn't hurt. Let's go ahead and get up to plastic manufacturing. Valve miniaturization? Mini liquid pumps. Huh, that's kind of neat. I wonder if they take up less power and can still accomplish the same things. Let's see, is that chlorine in there? It is. Well, in that case, it won't hurt us to get dug through this. You're going to contain balm lily seeds as soon as we can get those. Let's go ahead and set them to dig up all of these. There we go. Uproot, uproot. These will be our starting plants. And then we'll get a priority 6 on that now. Rather, let's just set the priority lens. There we go. Yeah, priority 6 on all of this. There we go. That'll get done nice and quick. And we can start having some balm lilies growing just in case we ever need to make some advanced forms of medicine. And also, wow, we have a ton of food right now. Oh, why did those just suddenly work? Pressure, I guess, was the thing holding them back? Yeah, I know going in there, the whole breathing thing is not an easy concept. There we go. Plant balm lilies in there. And copy the settings to all of these for when we eventually have the seeds for it. And hopefully, all of these will be planted very soon. This should be, yeah, this is starting to fill up with chlorine, but this down here shouldn't under any circumstances fill with chlorine. Is there anything we really need in the air? We do need more iron, which we don't really have in the immediate vicinity. What's all that? Sand? What's this? Oh, I can press H to immediately go to the duplicate pod. Huh, that's kind of neat. Also, when it comes to jobs, who's allowed to research right now? Wow, everyone's getting really athletic. Okay, why is harvest so bad? Oh, farming's a separate skill now. Huh. I could have sworn that farming used to be digging. Also, can we get an increased priority on all of these? Getting done. Thank you very much. Because I'd like to start growing those balm lilies sooner than later. And wow, that was more water in there than I expected. Can this even be used while it's up there? I don't know. Apparently, yes, you can use the pump while it's like that. Also, why has none of this been done? Alright, let's set this thing to a priority 6 for a little bit, so that getting all that picked up will be done sooner than later. Because this is producing a lot of polluted oxygen around, which I am not a fan of. Yeah, there's a fair amount of polluted oxygen in our base in general. Might want to do something about that later, not yet. Okay. Now, one thing we were going to do over here, as soon as that was dug out and free, we're going to kind of encapsulate our base when we had the chance. See, this... Oh! This was never set to have polluted water. Whoops! That explains why it wasn't being used. Well, that is all lice loaf, isn't it? Let's see. Almost 10 kilograms of lice loaf. All of it. Some of the lice loaf is starting to go bad, but barely. Only barely. Awesome. So now we have proper generators going. We're gonna have to start granulating some refined metals sooner or later. And I'm not gonna concern myself with that right now. Now, let me check on the bomb lily. Has correct air pressure, has correct atmosphere, has correct body temperature. And it will grow domestically. Now, it isn't getting any sort of special things, but... Oh, it's life... Wait, that's its wild growth life cycle. So it should last 12 cycles before they're going to need to use another seed. Now, what do pinch of pepper nuts grow in? I can't remember. Here's one. Well, apparently it'll grow in chlorine. Actually, it looks like... It looks like pinch of pepper nuts will grow pretty easily. It doesn't look like it has any... It just has a temperature and pressure requirement, which... Yeah, this up here is fine for that. I wonder, can I have an idea. What if I were to spread some ladders across this so it doesn't actually get damaged? And then here, set up food, farm tiles up like that, and if I rotate them to O, spread them all across there, I can plant a bunch of pinch of pepper nuts there. Unless, like it says here in domestic growth, irrigation, polluted water, fertilization, phosphorite. I don't think those are necessary for actually building it. Yeah, this is going to fill up with chlorine quickly. Let's go ahead and look at the oxygen overlay. Yeah, that's barely breathable up there as it is, and the chlorine in there is unbreathable. Is that chlorine down here? No, that's just carbon dioxide. That's fine. Alright, well, we're going to try growing some pinch of pepper nuts. I've never actually done that before. It's going to be a new experience. And oh good, this is all getting cleaned out down there. What next? What next? We're actually keeping up on nearly everything. There's a food surplus, there's a power surplus. Our coal is not going to last forever, though. I'm going to need a better form of power generation at some point. Oh, wow, that drops them so fast on those fire poles. Also, they built the fire poles. Do we get more copper at some point? Let's go ahead and get a ladder set up across here, just as a quick building ladder, so we can get that all done. Now, I'm wondering where I'm going to go down to get oil, because that's probably going to be our next big power supply. Not sure. Ah, there we go. Now, if I plant pinch of pepper nuts here. Ooh, pinch of pepper nuts grow further than I expected. Alright, never mind. Let's go ahead and get the old cancel on these. And deconstruct each of these. And get new farming tile. Yay, the new research is complete. Get all across the top here. I think you guys should still be able to reach those. Yeah, you can by staying on top of the ladders, because that's the completely safe way to do things. It's a good thing that they just can hold their breath through the chlorine gas and it doesn't like melt their faces off. That's convenient. Let's try planting the pinch of pepper nuts. See how that goes. Set these to a priority 6 just to see if they'll actually grow in here. May as well copy the settings. There we go. I've chosen ladders for these, by the way. That way they can still access the bomb lilies down here without having to go to a whole new floor. There we go. I don't know how useful pinch of pepper nuts are actually for growing. Ooh. Polymer press? Turns petroleum into plastic. And this produces petroleum from crude oil and natural gas. Ooh, so we need both natural gas and crude oil to be able to produce petroleum. That might be difficult. Well, I know we're not researching anything right now. Actually, I should check. What did we unlock with that latest researching? No, oil well and polymer press. What's an oil well? I assume that's under power? Oil well, no. I don't see it. Is it plumbing? Liquid valve, liquid pump, no. Refinement? Oil refinery, but that's not an oil well. What's an oil well? Oh, there it is. Extracts crude oil using clean water. Must be built atop an oil reservoir. Oh, so it extracts the oil. Okay. That's why I was thinking it was plumbing at first, because I thought that would make sense for something called an oil well. Now, are these growing? Oh, they do require irrigation. Oh. Well then, screw that. Let's not bother with pinch of pepper nuts right now. So they're not picky about their atmosphere. They just need to be fertilized and irrigated, which is actually kind of trickier than the atmosphere is. Well, why are these not growing? Body temperature? Oh, it's cooling down up there. Why is it cooling down up there? It should be really hot up there. And if anything, it should be getting even more hot all the time. Whoa, that's below freezing there, that abyssalite. Wait, why is that abyssalite so cold? Because it's abyssalite over here is hot. Is there a cold biome over there? Not sure. Yeah, the temperature is going down in here for some reason, slowly but surely. Why is that? I guess we're colder down here by a fair amount. But in theory, oh, is it because these ladders are colder? Well, they should be heating up to the area around them. If anything, I'm worried about too much heat coming up there. Oh well, I'm sure it won't be a problem in the long run. I'm sure it'll heat up over there in time. I guess what we should do now is start setting up our area down here for where we're eventually going to dig down to get oil. Now I'm going to set a ladder down there. While we're at it, I'm going to have a room kind of off to the side here-ish, right there. And that's where we're going to have a mushroom farm going. Because this area down here, because it's below any carbon dioxide removal we're doing, it will fill with carbon dioxide a lot. Speaking of carbon dioxide, a lot of people are starting to get stressed, probably because I'm having them work in areas that are full of carbon dioxide. Also, let's go ahead and turn off the micro musher for now. We don't need that much. Hypothermia? Oh, Ada, why'd you get hypothermia? Oh, because you're soggy. And you have light wounds. Okay, Ada, you go ahead up there. By the way, I forgot to actually take care of people who were wounded by fighting random animals. Vitals, that's what I'm looking for. Now, let's see. Ada, yeah, she definitely needed it. Mima also has been wounded. She'll deal with that soon. Now, Ada, you just stay out of commission for a little while. Hypothermia, I don't think can spread, so we're perfectly fine with that. We should probably get a med bay set up sooner or later so that we don't have people just sick in the middle of everything. Up here wouldn't be a bad spot for a med bay, although I was kind of planning on reserving that for more food. But if we get a mushroom farm up and going, it's not that big a deal anyway. So yeah, let's set up a med bay in here. So let's get that airflow tile right there. Wait, no, cancel. Med bay will have a pneumatic door because I don't really care about diseases getting out or anything like that, because that's definitely not going to happen. Sure. Just in case, though, let's put some way of dealing with that there. And we could use a pharma chamber there. Yeah, let's... Oh, wait. It requires refined metal, though. We don't have that yet. So let's go ahead and get... Okay, I want to set this up because... Let's go ahead and make it so that... Let's get a hand sanitizer station for it, going either way. But a wash basin set up. I should... So the hand sanitizer will just be in case anyone wants to come in. It'll be... that I'm doing it there because it'll be quick. Then we'll have... let's say, medical thing here. Just enough room for that. Let's have 2 of those med beds just in case. Eventually we'll get 1 pharma chamber in here. Let's also put a ration box because we're going to have some food in here, but it's only going to be, let's see, does... oh, right, yeah, we're gonna have also... it's not gonna be set for anything right now, but that will have medicine in the future. Next up, we're going to put in bathrooms. Where are bathrooms? Let's see, just some basic outhouses should do. One of those there. You know, for now, let's actually deconstruct this. I'm going to put an unpowered fridge in there, just so it takes up less space. And then we'll have a wash basin here, in case anyone feels like using the bathroom. Actually, we only need 1 outhouse in here. It's not that big a deal. There we go. And then, what else? This will be a one-way thing. Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to deconstruct this again, because there's actually going to be a couple of things, furniture. A couple of mess tables in here. I actually don't have enough room in this place. Because I want there to be a couple of mess tables in here. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just replace one of these, med beds here when we have room for a pharma chamber. So let's go ahead and put 2 of those there. And medicine, wash basin, there. There we go. And once those tables are complete, they should have, this should now count in a moment. Give it a second. There we go. And set that to the left. Now we check the rooms. This is now the med bay, which means we can actually deconstruct this here, because it's no longer necessary. Now anyone who gets sick should go to the med bay almost automatically. Good, good, good. Med bay makes it so that... what's the benefit of a med bay? Right, sick duplicants will stay in the med bay, and they're less likely to spread disease because of that. So no one actually uses these outhouses and med tables or med beds unless they are sick. And when they are sick, they will go here for food. Let's go ahead and have... we can have emergency lice loaf put in here. Actually, no. Let's actually just not do that. We'll have medicine in there. It's hard to store food for people because it's so dangerous to keep stuff up in the med bay. Also, let's go ahead and get some airflow tiles so that this place doesn't just fill with carbon dioxide. And let's extend our airflow here a little bit as well. Yeah, sorry, I still got the sniffles a little bit. Now, we've dug out this whole area here. Got that all done there. And this area is nicely filled with carbon dioxide. So let's go ahead and get some farm tiles in there. Let's get it about that far. Should be all we need. Then we're gonna have to retrieve some mushrooms at some point. Now, my question for digging down is how are we gonna handle going down to get oil if there's gonna be no oxygen down there? I've never had to do that. And I know carbon dioxide will go downwards. I'm wondering how we're gonna get all the way down there. Like, I don't know how deep we have to go, but I assume it's quite far. Let's plant that. Copy the settings to... oh. Copy the settings to all of these. So the fungal spores will be spread down there when they have the chance. Here we go. We should probably have a sweep done up here sooner or later. Okay. And these are not growing because... Okay, it's starting to heat up again in there. Because I know these have to be at 35. They were dropping lower and lower before, but I think it's going to heat up more and more in there over time. So that shouldn't be a concern. But how are we going to handle that lack of oxygen? Let me check the research tree. Because I know there's HVAC suits. No, not that. Where is it? And exosuits. Exosuits, though, require refined metal, and I'm pretty sure they'll probably require plastics, too. But I guess I could try researching it and see how it goes. However, if we're going to have exosuits, that means we're going to need to start growing some of these other thingamabobs. I can't remember what they're called. Let's just go ahead and get some farm tiles built to take care of that as quickly as possible. There we go. That ought to do. Now let's cancel that one because I don't want this. I know this is going to block the farm tiles, but we're going to grow in our water supply these plants as soon as we can. Now, let's get a priority 6 on this so that we can get our fungal spores growing. Because we don't have that many fungal spores right now. And I want that, once they grow a little bit, they'll start spreading, which is exactly what we wanted. Ooh, that is covered in food poisoning right there. How did that even get food poisoning in the first place? Because the food poisoning's all over here. Eh, whatever. Alright, they planted this and lacks fertilization of slime. We don't really have any slime. Because I've been avoiding slime like the plague, because it literally is the plague. I suppose what we could do is add a tile here. And then put a... Let's go ahead and put a hand sanitizer here. That way I can grow out in here, and this is where I'll start going into the slimy biome and start working with that and playing nice with all the disease. But only because this area down here should be pretty much sterile from the carbon dioxide coming down here. And the fact that... Let's see, how to put it. Not only should it be sterile, but it should be... I'm losing track of words right now. It's far enough out of the way that it shouldn't be a problem. Also, this is all polluted oxygen in here, and I want it to stay carbon dioxide. So what I'll do, my entrance into that biome will be... Let's see. How am I going to handle it? I think what I'm going to do is make sure that this is still the lowest point, and if I have to, I'll make a second mushroom farm even lower down. And we'll, for now... make a little pathway up here and line up like this, these here, and make a little pathway into there. And I'll set up a second, a few wash basins on the way here just to be safe. Because I really don't want slime lung getting into my base again, because that was horrible when I had it happen before. Also, what did we just research? Oh yeah, the textile loom. Also, these are done now, so I can tell them to start planting thimbleweed seeds. Which can grow in pretty much anything, which is quite impressive. Oh, but they take polluted water. Maybe I should actually just set them up so that they're growing in here. Because this is just going to be a dump, really. Why not? I suppose I could. I am a bit worried about people climbing in there and there not being enough wash basins, though. So before we do that, we're going to set up a second wash basin up here, just to be safe. Like, I'm really being as safe as possible when it comes to diseases, because I don't want to take risks. Let's go ahead and get these things copied to here. And let's also get, like, again, safe as possible, like... 3 wash basins here. There we go. I'm just watching the germs right now, because I know we're going to have slime involved in this very soon. And because of slime, that means slime means slime lung. So none of that. Just being sure. Where is it? Organic. Okay, slime isn't listed yet because we haven't ever found slime in this space yet. But I'm going to make sure that as soon as we have mined some slime, it is taken off the list. Because I do not want slime being brought in here and polluting everything that we know and love. Also, there's some water trapped down there. Now we have ventilation, gas shutoff, insulated gas pipe. That's kind of nice. Now, these should be in place now. So organic, slime, not listed. Good. So good. Now they're fertilizing all this with the slime we found, and good. We now have mushrooms growing. Good use for all this horrible slime. And if we want more slime, we have this puffed here who is producing slime at an alarming rate. Let's just set this... let's just leave that security door that's within the world naturally to stay there. I guess what we... Oh, someone actually went through and built that tile that I placed down there ages ago, just out of an idea of, I wonder if this will reveal the area around it. Let's just go ahead and get through there. Also, let's get that dug out as quickly as possible. 36. There we go. That's going to be producing a lot of polluted oxygen in a small space. But there's not much we can do about that. And you see, that was just a case of a little bit got through of germs. Oh no, what did you people bring back? Ah! Oh, and you're all breathing in slime lung. I don't want you people down there as... I want you people to avoid that place as much as possible. Alright, disinfect it as much as you can. But I know you're not going to be able to disinfect it perfectly. And oh lord, what is that monstrosity? Oh, I forgot about that. Deconstruct that as quickly as we can, please. Oh, please tell me you're not getting slime lung into the water supply. Okay, they haven't yet. Let's cancel that. Oh boy. Germs. Okay, they're all carrying slime lung. They've breathed it in, but they haven't caught it yet. Although their immune systems are probably going to start going down very soon. But that's all I've got time for in this episode, guys. We have the terrors of slime lung potentially being upon our base next time. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time when we deal with the atrocities that I have unleashed upon our base. See ya then!